early June 2022, finally a return trip for some fishing in Grand Isle, Louisiana. This video will show you 4 different launch spots for kayak fishing plus some wade fishing off of the rocks. But first, this picture is March 25th, and that's what BridgeSide Campground looked like. And now you can see it in early June. Man, did they do some work. And what a great little spot for the little pop-up camper. Anyhow, it was a great trip. We started off the very first evening at the Wildlife and Fisheries kayak launch. Didn't catch too many that evening, but it was a nice night, and I did have this 22-inch, 3.5-pound trout. You can see how beautiful the evening was. What a great catch that was. After the quick evening of fishing, it was back to the camper to finish the setup and then get right into some good cooking. Some nice onions on the stove outside the camper, some deer and ribeye meat mixed patties. Boy, did that come out really nice. What a great first dinner that was. Followed up with some ice cold watermelon. Can't beat it. The next morning, again, it was launching out of the Wildlife and Fisheries kayak launch in the middle of the island. Just such a great spot. Started off right away with a nice flounder, and then the highlight of the morning was catching a big redfish. Ooh, nice. Big redfish. Now you can see him. Boy, that is pretty. I'm going to try to give this one. Always cool to be able to give some fish away. And then very quickly, I parked just for a bit on this levee and saw this pond in the back there that I wanted to make a few casts. So you'll see the action right here real quick.
Oh, yeah. Right on the landing. All right. This pond wasn't even here before Hurricane Ida. Now it's probably loaded with redfish. Yes. Look at that. Whew. Little pond that didn't exist before Hurricane Ida. The water broke over this little levee here. Behind me is where I used to catch a bunch of them out into the bay. And now they're stuck in this little pond here. It's so cool to be able to stand and fish. This is a perfect one. This thing is going to be right at 16 inches. Keep that one. Good little fillets. All right, not sure what this is. Feels like a red, not big. Oh, it's a flounder. It's huge. Let's get him in.
And good marsh fishing continued. The beauty of saltwater is you never know what you're going to catch.
Wow. Second flounder of the day.
Talk about tight quarters back in here. Wow. This is beautiful. Just tucked way back in here in the marsh. Tiny little canal. And I am pretty sure there's some redfish in here. Let's go.
All right, we got one. Boy, he tagged it right on the landing. Good redfish. Oh, that was cool. Almost like a topwater bite. Ooh, feisty bite. Perfect keeper size.
Love fishing the center of that island in the Bay Area. You can catch redfish, you can catch trout, you can catch flounder, so many different species. And then you get back to BridgeSide Marina. Their newly renovated fish cleaning station is just perfect. All lit up for night cleaning as well. And then into a great dinner with some crawfish étouffée in the camper. That finished off a beautiful day. The next morning it was off to the far eastern end of the island. What used to be Sand Dollar Marina is now Grand Isle Marina, and you can see how nice it is. Here's a little map of the fishing around the rocks and back tucked in behind there in the bay area. Big trout right away to start. Some good fishing all throughout that day. Ended up with a nice huge redfish as well. A few redfish on the day. And just kept a few. Brought them back to BridgeSide Marina again for some good cleaning. Hope you enjoy the footage in this one as well.
There we go. Right on the landing.
He's got to get out of there. He's going to break me off on that structure. Oh yeah, he came out. Oh, good trout. Wow. Oh, good one. Beauty. Another one. Good redfish. We're anchored down, so we gotta get this guy in without letting him get wrapped around any structure. The key to this fishing day was actually hooking into an oyster. That told me that there was an oyster reef underneath, and sure enough, I started fishing that area, found some redfish and some trout with some water flowing through. Oyster beds are great for fish staging. These things are awesome. We found an oyster bed. It's got some reds and some trout. And some decent water finally. Come on. Perfect size if I can get this one in. Come on. Beautiful. Oh man. Same little cut, we just lost one. And now we got another one. Could very well be the same fish, I doubt it. Big red. I'm glad I'm not anchored down anymore. Oh, that's a good one. He just saw me, I'm not sure why he's not reacting more. He's not done yet. Oh, come on, buddy. Come on. There we go. Whoo! Didn't feel like messing with that one. That was risky. Nice one. Get in there, buddy. Kept a few and threw back a few. It was a solid day. The highlight of the trip returning from the eastern end of the island, though, is passing all of the little shops, including Megan's Snowball Stand. So glad to see that place back up and running and looking better than ever. Man, did she do a great job. Saved her previous roof and made a nice little pavilion. What a great spot. BridgeSide Marina, Grand Isle, Louisiana. Man, they have done some work at this place. I was glad to pitch in for a few days down here in late March. Got nice little piers built next to the bottom of the marina there, all the bait looking great. Beautiful metal roof covering for parties and banquets and weigh-ins and all that good stuff. Got a beautiful bridge as always. Got WakeSide Marina looking really good. Beautiful rocks in front, looking good. And then the cabins, they're still finishing up a little bit, but some really pretty looking cabins. A little outdoor patio for catching the sunrise or the sunset. And then here's the BridgeSide Campground that we worked quite hard on, and man, Buggy and his crew down here just kept on going. They got it done. Look at all of these camper spots. Can't beat it. Right out onto the Gulf. I'm about to walk out there and do some wade fishing, catch some trout right off those rocks. Not a bad little spot for a pop-up camper right there in front. Nice little small pad, beautiful. Thank you, BridgeSide Marina and Grand Isle. So grateful to be able to offer some volunteer work out at BridgeSide Campground. That place looks great. Now it was time for some wade fishing out in the rocks just off the back of the campsite. Can be some really good trout fishing right out here, just walking out to the edge of those rocks. Little middle area right here makes like little ponds. Gets a little bit deeper, maybe 5-6 feet deep. But you can wade pretty far out and be in about 3 feet of water.
Not a bad little setup right here. Got the old beach chair, the net, good floating net for wade fishing, and all the essentials, including a beverage or two in that fish bag. In case the fish don't bite, I'll have some cold beverages. Let's go get them.
After a few days in the kayak, it is hard to beat wave fishing. Get out there in that warm, nice water, a little bit of waves blowing through. It's almost like a little bit of a massage. And it's very safe in there. You just tuck in behind the rocks. What a cool experience. Lots of fish in there often. Only one trout cooperated, so it was time to enjoy a big beverage and the beach chair and a nice spot there by those rocks. It ended up being an outstanding night, as you can see. Again, this is just right off the back of the BridgeSide Marina campground. Hard to beat that spot. What a beautiful place. The next morning was launching off of Highway 1. There's several spots to launch there, but this is near Elmer's, and you can fish all in that marsh area down there real nicely. It's hoping for some topwater trout. All right, we might have a little topwater bite here. Let's see. There we go. Not much of a hit. Wow, topwater trout. Oh, tiny. Good grief. But that's a fish to start. Maybe can find some big ones. Thank you, buddy. Ended up moving out of the marsh back more into the bay area along some long stretches of rocks. Beautiful, beautiful area. Ended up catching a lot of trout that day. Not too many big ones, but several off the spinner bait. And had time for another big beverage. This was a 24-ouncer. I missized it. Wow, was that glorious. Brought back a few big trout, again cleaning at BridgeSide Marina. You can see some action when you feed the scraps to the catfish. Final morning. This was just outside of WakeSide Marina, right next door to BridgeSide Marina. A great day ahead. Last sunrise. Beautiful morning out at the WakeSide rocks. There's WakeSide Marina right there. Beautiful spot. Hard to beat it. Hoping for some good top water to start. Good morning. Ended up being the best trout catching day of the trip. A very short morning session. Some big ones in between the pier and the bridge. You can see the size of this one here, and you'll see some good footage ahead. I hope you enjoy. There it is. Slightest little tap. Definitely up high. Not huge, but a good one. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. Look at that crab swimming right by him. Boy, he swallowed it. Look at that. Can't even see the lure. Woo! You gotta love that. Good one. Thank you, buddy. There we go. There we go. Just felt some weight on the line. Come on. Oh yeah. Good sized trout. This one's not huge, but pretty. Same thing. Swallowed it down. Rolling up shrimp. No biting. Oh, thank you, buddy. There's one there. Oh, swing back and got it. Oh, good one. Look at the action. Oh.
Definitely up high in the water. Oh yeah. Big trout. Oh. Big old male croaky. Beauty.
That concludes another outstanding trip to Grand Isle. So grateful to be down there fishing. I did not want to load that kayak up or pack up that camper. But man, it is unbelievable the amount of work that everyone's put in down there, and I'm really wishing all of the people down in Grand Isle the very best. And I hope to return soon. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed.